Happy Friday, guys. It's officially the start of PAX West 2021. I'll be participating in the 4-day event and just checking out what's going on. I'm super curious what it's going to be like since this is the first gaming convention in person since the pandemic, and I wanted to see if the PAX West experience was going to be the same. So throughout the video, you're going to see my experience just kind of walking. I didn't do anything super, like I didn't really test any demos out or check out the merch too much or anything. I just kind of wanted like a broad overview experience of, what things I might be interested in participating in and like what vendors I might come back to later on throughout the weekend, check out and stuff like that. So first off, will call, there was a bunch of social distancing. Honestly, like there wasn't that many people there. Typically, I'm super used to PAX West being like shoulder to shoulder. Here, there was plenty of space to roam. Will call was super easy. Getting your badges was super easy. One added kind of layer of security that they put in was that you have to provide proof of your vaccination or provide proof of your negative COVID test, and then they give you a wrist badge for that. I took mine off after the end of the day, and then tomorrow when I go back, I'll be getting another one. So just make sure, like, I'm guessing you're gonna have to bring that all the time in certain places, certain scenarios. So that might be a thing. I don't know how they're gonna standardize that piece of paper, because that's I can see it being pretty easy to lose. I lost it the other day and I was like, oh no, I can't go to PAX. So that was all good and well. Security was pretty standard. They're gonna check your bags, all that stuff. Usually, like at the beginning of PAX, when I enter and stuff, I get this huge anticipation of like, ooh, what showcases am I gonna go see? Whose exhibits are here and stuff like that. There aren't that many big names out this year. I mean, I think the biggest one was like Bandai, as far as big game publishers and stuff like that. I remember a couple years back there was like Twitch exhibit. I remember a Bethesda exhibit. Sony and Xbox were there and stuff like that. None of those names or those big dogs in the industry were there. A lot of this was dedicated to kind of like that indie experience. A lot of mobile games and a lot of tabletop kind of merchandise vendors that were there to showcase their goods. One of the things that I was like super excited about was like, hopefully, there's like Magic the Gathering they set up a little booth or something. You get a couple free decks. You walk away with something cool and a little bit of a souvenir. I'm gonna be honest with you, the freebies, swag, all of that stuff, that was like super minimal. I think the most I got today was like lanyards. I don't know if I can expect any more of that. So that was unfortunate, but hey, I'm not there for that stuff. I'm there to enjoy myself, have a good time, and play games, pretty much. I did check out the PAX Arena. I was super hoping that I could get into the Valorant competition. Unfortunately, they have an age cap on it, and they're specifically only allowing 18 to 24-year-olds to play in that competition. I'm 29, so that was like super sad. Essentially, one of the staff had explained to me that there's a lot of college recruiters out there looking into, finding good new talent. So I was like, that's kind of a bummer. And maybe I had read that on their PAX website somewhere. I don't quite remember, but yeah, that was kind of a surprise to me. But if you're a college student, things are looking up. You might be able to get a scholarship for esports team within your college, which is it's like super cool. I heard this happening around Fortnite, and now that's kind of extended to whatever game is popular now as far as competitive esports. So that would be Valorant right now, and hopefully that continues to grow and blossom into a really cool thing. Unfortunately, I cannot partake in the Valorant competition, but maybe next time. So my friend and I, we checked out the free PC kind of play area. They have huge amounts of like super high-end computers. You get to play pretty much any game you want that they have curated for you and stuff like that, and you get to test out the cool keyboard, mouse, all of that high-end gaming gear that you would expect. I personally like my own setup here, but like, I'm not gonna complain. It was pretty fun. You got like 400 frames on Valorant and something like that. So yeah, it was fun. You get like 45 minutes to play, and then your time's up. So after that, we just kind of kept roaming around. We found the classic console area. This dude was playing Nintendo 64 James Bond, like GoldenEye, with a steering wheel, and that blew my mind. That was crazy. But yeah, it was fun to see all those like retro games come back into that space. You know, of course, that's one of kind of the core principles of PAX, to kind of commemorate and share and, you know, really enjoy the generations and gifts that the gaming community has kind of experienced throughout the decades and stuff like that. So you got to, if you're super nostalgic and, you know, you're a parent, you're with your kids and you're kind of exposing them to this for the first time, as far as like outside of whatever they're already playing, you know, like, hey, this is what I played as a kid, or, you know, these were the graphics back then, or something like that. I think that's like a super cool experience to share, because like you might yourself not have a Nintendo 64 lying around to just bust that open and, you know, play. So yeah, they had the whole spectrum: Sega Genesis, like Nintendo Super NES, all of that stuff. There was a GameCube there and all of that, so that was super cool. What else we got? But it was I'm gonna say pretty light today. Today was a light day. I think everyone's kind of just like dipping their toes, getting their feet wet, and I think like later on it'll pick up throughout the weekend and stuff like that. There's a lot of talks still happening, which I'm excited to see, 'cause like those are actually one of my favorite things to go to. I love those parts about conferences and stuff like that, listening and getting inside discussions and conversations about developers, how their creative process goes with, you know, whatever they're developing. I didn't check out any today, but I saw some for tomorrow and Sunday that I might possibly go to. I'm super stoked to come back tomorrow with my wife, and then we're gonna go check out the tabletop games, see if we want to add into the collection. And, you know, if there's any like cool merch laying around that we find interesting, we're gonna definitely pick some of that up. I did see an artist there with really cool artwork. So hopefully I'll be providing more updates throughout the weekend. And, you know, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.